Unit 1 test review. Unit 1 test review. I'm, I'm doing it in Google Docs. I'm also going to pull up Desmos, desmos.com. I like the scientific calculator. I think that's the calculator of choice. Yeah, that baby. That's the one right there, right there. Okay, so the problem is here, the cube root of y minus x. Now, this part is something that we really have to pay attention to. This part is something we have to pay attention to. And that is x is 9 and y is negative 27. So in Desmos, what I want to do is I want to assign the variables. So I'm going to click right here where it says A, B, C. You see where it says A, B, C? Right here, A, B, C. I'm going to click right there where it says ABC. I'm going to flip this. Right. So now I'm going to type in, oh, let's go back. It's X equals 9 and Y equals 9, negative 27. So I'll go X, where's X? X equals, and now I switch back to main, 9. Then I hit enter, this thing right here. Okay. Then I go back to A, B, C. All right. And then Y equals, switch back to main, negative 27. All right. So we put those variables in, right? So now we can do this. And I always ask you to rewrite the problem just so you have a copy of it. The great thing about it is doing that helps. So here's the problem. The cube root of y take away x. So now I go back to Desmos and I just type in, I use this piece here. I mean, right here, this piece right here, that's the piece I'm going to use. And that's going to help me. So I type that in. This allows me to put in the index, which is cube. It's the cube root, put in the 3. And then I can click right here to put in y. So I go to A, B, C, and I find y. Where's y? All right. And then I go back to main, and then I click right to the side of the end of the radical sign. So I get from under the radical sign. And now I can put in x. Where's x? Here we go. So, and it gives me the answer right here. Do you see the answer? Do you see the answer? I see the answer. It's right here. That's where your answer is going to be, right here. That I use green because green is money. All right, moneda. So the answer is negative 12. So if right here, I'm going to type in negative 12. Let's do the same thing with number 2. All right, 5. And then we have absolute value y plus x, close absolute value. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite it just so I can keep it in my mind. I'll put it right here as a matter of fact. 5 absolute value y plus x absolute value. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to Desmos. My problem is right here, so I can look at it. We already have what y and x is, so I don't have to do anything new. All right, so let's do a new problem. So I'll go to main, 5. Now, the absolute value sign is right, where is it? Right here. That's the absolute value sign, okay? Or button, right? So I'm gonna do 5, click here. That gives me the first part, and that says y plus x. Go back to A, B, C, y, go back to main, plus, go back to A, B, C, x, go back to main. And then I'm going to click here to close the absolute value. All right. Oh, I have y equals plus x. So let's get rid of that equal sign. This will be y plus x. And in the green, Money green is 90. So my answer for number 2 is 90. Is it 90? All right, 90. And so now let's do number 3. Okay. And number 3, I always tell you to write down your problems. So number 3 is xy square minus x times y square. Now the difference is the parentheses makes that xy multiply together, and you're going to square that. You're going to square x and y together minus x times y square. But that's for another day. Let's write it up here. Xy square minus x times y squared times y squared. Okay. Okay, now let's go to Desmos. We already have our numbers in there, so we're good to go. Let's put in this new problem. Okay, parentheses, ABC, XY, back to main, parentheses. And now I'm going to use this button we haven't used yet. This squares everything. This button squares everything, okay? So I'm going to hit this button, and you see how it squared it? So that's XY, good. And now I'm going to click right here to get from behind the 2. And what is it? Minus, good. And now I can go back to A, B, C, X, Y. And now the Y is squared. So I'm going to hit the squared button again. All right. And my answer right there in the money green, 52488. 52488. Let's hop on down. Let's hop on down to number 7. Number 7 says the square root of 121. That's the square root of 121. I'm just going to do one of these problems. Go to Desmos, and we're just going to click this button right here. That's our square root button. So the square root of 121. Okay. And the answer is 11. So now we can go back here and type in 11. Okay. And that's how you do it. So let me see. Are there any other problems? Ooh. Okay. Number 11. To earn a spot on the track team, Boston must run the 100-meter dash in no more than 11 seconds. All right, let's figure out what signs, because this is asking us to write in no more than 11 seconds. So the 100-meter dash must be run. All right, so Boston, to earn a spot on the track team, Boston, that must be Boston's name is Boston, must run a 100-meter dash in no more than 11 seconds. So B for Boston, no more than 11 seconds. So it's going to be 11. We know that. No more than means that B can equal 11, but it can't be bigger than 11. So it has to be less than or equal to 11. So on your paper, you're just going to type in B is, where's the less than? You can do it like this if you like. All right, because when I see you do that, or if you write it down, if you write it, then when you write it, it'll look like this. B is less than or equal to 11. When you're typing it, if you put B less than or equal to 11, then I'll accept that, okay? We'll accept that. All right, so now you know how to do Unit 1 test review. Number 12, write an algebraic inequality that represents a sentence. The product of a number and 6 is no more than 1/4 of the number. The product, what does product mean? Product means times or multiplication. All right, we'll get rid of that one because we're big people now. We don't use that for the we don't use x for the multiplication. The product of a number, let's say the number is x and 6. So x times 6 is no more than, okay, so that's the biggest you can get. Remember, no more than 1/4 of the number. 1/4 of the number. So that would be x over what? 4. So x times 6 is no more than 1/4 of the number. X times 6 is less than or equal to x divided by 4. Okay, so you see how we did that? That's how it goes. All right, so do well, do well.